Ever get that feeling that building real wealth is for, well, other people? You know, the ones with a ton of cash to throw around. What if I told you that you could start building a portfolio of actual, tangible assets for about what you spend on coffee each week? Yeah, for real. Today, we're going to break down a super simple but really powerful way to do exactly that. Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll smash that biggest mental roadblock that stops most people. Then, we'll get into why silver is such a perfect place to start. After that, I'll lay out the exact strategies, step by step. We'll even cover how to make your first purchase. And then we'll pull back and look at the big picture, the incredible power this has over the long haul. All right, first things first. Let's talk about that big old elephant in the room. That nagging feeling that you just don't have enough money to even play the game. You know what I'm talking about, right? This is the number one thing that stops people cold. You hear you need like thousands of bucks just for one share of some big name stock and you think, well, I'm out. But here's the thing. That's just not the only way to do this. Not even close. And that priced out feeling, it's totally real. I mean, you see these stock tickers flying by with prices in the hundreds, even thousands of dollars. It's super easy to just throw your hands up. But the whole strategy we're digging into today, inspired by a creator known as Silverzz, it just flips that entire idea on its head. It's built around starting with what he calls small money and showing that it's actually more than enough to get started. So, okay, if those big ticket stocks feel out of reach, what's the move? What's the alternative? And why on earth are we starting with silver? This is where it gets really interesting. Think about it. With a stock, you own a digital entry, right? A line of code on a screen that says you own a tiny piece of a company. But with silver, you own a thing, a real physical asset you can hold in your hand. It's got value that exists completely outside of any bank or brokerage account. And the best part? The cost to get in is ridiculously low. You don't need a fat wallet. You can literally start with just a few bucks. And there are a ton of other perks too. I mean, it's real. It's been used as money for thousands of years. It's a classic hedge against inflation, when your dollars buy less and less stuff. See, they can't just print more silver like they can with paper money, and that scarcity helps it hold its value. Plus, you can buy it in really small, affordable pieces. It's just a super solid, time-tested foundation to build on. Okay, let's get to the good stuff, the real meat and potatoes of this whole thing, the actual step-by-step game plan. What's so great about this strategy is just how simple it is. Seriously, this isn't about staring at complicated charts or learning a bunch of Wall Street jargon. It's all about discipline. You just set a budget you can actually stick to, understand one important term, make regular purchases, figure out a safe place to keep it, and then you just don't stop. That's it. That's the whole plan. And that one important term I mentioned, it's called the premium. Here's an easy way to think about it. The spot price of silver is kind of like the price of raw flour at a warehouse. But you're not buying flour, you're buying a finished coin or bar, right? The premium is everything that gets added on top. The cost to mint it, ship it, the dealer's profit. It's what turns that raw flour into the finished product you can buy. Knowing this just helps you be a smarter shopper and compare the real, all-in cost from different places. And this is the secret sauce right here. You're not trying to be some market timing wizard. You're not trying to buy the dip perfectly. By just putting in the same amount of money every week or every month, you naturally buy more ounces when the price is low and fewer ounces when the price is high. It just averages out your cost over time and takes away all the stress and guesswork. It's brilliant. All right, enough theory. That's all great, but how do you actually do it? Let's talk about making that very first buy. So you've pretty much got two main paths you can take. You can go to a big online dealer, or you can walk into your local coin shop. And look, they both have their pros and cons. Online, you're probably going to find a massive selection and maybe even better prices. But with a local shop, you walk out with it in your hand that day. And if you're using cash, it's a lot more private. There's really no wrong answer here. It's all about what you're most comfortable with. Okay, let's pull the camera back for a second and look at the big picture. The real magic here isn't about any one single purchase you make. It's about something way more powerful, the quiet, steady, unstoppable force of consistency over time. Let's put a real number on this. Let's say 20 bucks. Just $20 a week. I mean, for a lot of us, that's what? A couple of lattes, lunch one day, another streaming service we forget we have. It's an amount that can just disappear without us even noticing. But what happens if you take that same 20 bucks and point it in a different direction, week in and week out. This is what happens. Your stack just grows. And look closely at this chart. It's not showing you the dollar value. The price of silver will go up and down. That's a given. This is showing you the physical ounces you've accumulated. After year 1, hey, you've got a little pile. But by year 3, it's starting to look like something real. And by year 5, you've built something truly substantial. 1 ounce at a time with money you probably wouldn't have even missed. And that is the whole mindset right there. This is not, I repeat, not a get-rich-quick thing. It's a get-wealthy-slowly plan. It's about building a rock-solid, tangible foundation, one that you own, that you control, and that sits completely outside the normal digital financial world. When you boil it all down, this whole thing is about one thing: taking action. It's about changing your thinking from, I can't afford to invest, to, I can start right now with exactly what I have. It's about taking back a little bit of control. It's about empowerment. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Forget $20. Forget even silver for a second. The real question is, what's one small, consistent step you could take starting this week to begin building your own foundation for your future?